Morning, Isabella.
Good morning.
How's it going in Austria? Lovely Vienna.
Everything is good, is going well, and you?
Alles gut. The sun's shining in Switzerland as well. So to our readers, wherever you are, hopefully the sun's shining for you too. This is your editorial team from Essentials Newsletters. And every day or every week, we take a deep dive into one of our 32 topic newsletters. And we pull out some articles that we would like your input on. We'd like you to give us a guide and tell us whether you love it, loathe it, hate it, kind of interested by it, so that we can go away and we can actually deep dive into that and create our blogs for you. Hence the name, What the Blog. So today we want to talk a little bit about emerging tech essentials.
Yes.
And you got two articles?
Yes, I do. So this week we have two pretty fascinating articles. The first is from Forbes. So we talked about the problem with space debris before, and how to prevent space junk and deal with.
There's a lot of crap up there, isn't there, right? There's a lot of crap floating around up there.
There's a ton of stuff, from collisions to stuff that never re-entered the atmosphere. That's going to be a problem for the next generation, but we're trying to solve it,
We're still trying to solve the junk that we have on this planet. Never mind.
We're kind of polluting the universe. We're polluting the seas, the earth, anyways.
Right.
So the fact is that this problem has now actually made an ugly appearance because a piece of space junk from China has crashed near the Maldives. And it was an 18-ton hunk of metal from a Chinese rocket that launched like in end of April this year. It fell back into the atmosphere.
So there you are, sitting in your water villa, sipping a pina colada.
Mai Tai, yeah.
Very relaxed. And the next thing you know, there's a mini tsunami because space junk has landed in your pool.
Yes. And you know what's terrifying is think the universe that it landed in the ocean. But what if it landed, on someone's home in a city? I mean, it's an 1800. I mean, it's huge.
Okay, so lucky this time. And I mean, they never know where it's going to land, right? Because it's just random stuff floating around, or can they actually land?
They can have rough estimates. So when something is falling, they can see it. If two pieces collide and they see where the other pieces go. But the fact is,
monitors the stuff though? Who monitors all this stuff? I mean, is there like an intergalactic space junk agency that kind of monitors this stuff?
No, I mean, each country has like their own space agency, which keeps an eye in relation to like what it could collide into and other things out there. But I think there are talks that there needs to be more regulation in this. Like, you can't just leave trash in space. There's thousands of pieces of trash. Imagine each one of those could fall and cause massive destruction on the Earth. So
from that scary note, what else do we have that's interesting?
Okay, we have another article, also space related this week, which is about the first ever contract for gas stations in space has been awarded. And that's cool, but also, it brings the question, like, why are we able to even give such a thing? Like, who owns space?
Well, I was hoping that the stuff would have been solar powered because you're closer to the sun, right? Why do we need bloody gas stations up there? What is it, a BP or a Shell or a what?
We can ask NASA to hire us. We have a great idea.
So yeah, that sounds like a monopoly. So at least you got to have two, right? So you can choose depending on your loyalty card.
Yeah, so the contract was awarded to Edda Space, which is actually quite a small business.
Okay.
It was founded by former NASA employees, though, and the contract is for 25 million, which is actually quite low considering the space industry.
So let me understand this. There's a gas tank floating somewhere.
So they're creating.
You pull up your jets and you say, "Fill me up," or what?
I mean, it's not so much Jetsons like, but it is basically they're creating this contract, which is also, I think, the first ever public-private collaboration in space, which is cool, about creating a way to sustainably refuel in space, which is better for the environment because there's less takeoffs and landings, and they can stay longer in orbit.
Okay, I want to keep my eye on this. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah. Do they accept cards or do you have to pay in cash?
Maybe we have like a space currency, Bitcoin.
Yes, like crypto.
And the cool thing is there's more of these like public-private collaborations coming, because we also have seen it. We wrote another article on creating the future of food. for astronauts, which is like healthy and tasty food. So I really love this kind of mixing of the public and private sector. I think it's great.
What the blog? Let us know what you think. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.